Hi, in this video, I'll try and introduce a little bit of certain techniques or how to tilt your shield as Reinhardt to try and survive a little bit longer, especially against enemies that are instinctively meant to counter you, such as Reaper and Mei, because they have freeze and they have a lot of damage for close range, such as Reaper as well. So this is one of my competitive games in the Gold rank. Maybe let me try and find certain examples. Okay, maybe I want to find. I think it's here. Okay. Okay. So in this case, you can see that Roadhog actually is so-called a counter to tanks as well because of his shotgun. So it can do a lot of close range damage. So in this case, right now they don't have Mei yet, but later one of their DPSs are going to switch to Mei, so they will be having Mei Reaper. And what I want to do is to tilt my shield to guard against all the close range enemies like Reaper and Roadhog. So in the following parts of the replay, I'll try and highlight parts where I try to tilt my shield at a certain angle. And by looking downwards towards the floor, I actually can get a better third-person view from the top down so that I can better angle my shield to block against close range attacks. Okay, so this is not that great. I got bashed by the enemy Rein. And I think we were waiting. Okay, so we're waiting for a little bit of an attack here. Okay, let me see if there's an example. Okay, so here I was just waiting for my team to set up a play. We already have Graph, so I guess he's probably looking for a Graph. Okay, so the Reaper you see the Reaper is constantly aiming for me to try and get me here. Earlier I just did a little bit of a shield block. Okay, so I think it was here. Was it? Okay. So the Reaper came in, I shielded up. Yep. So you can see this is a constant thing that I will try to do against a Reaper. I'll try to do one hammer swing to try and boop the Reaper further away from me. And once it's booped further away from me, I'll bring up my shield to try and block his next set of attacks. And when he's very near to me, you'll see me trying to swing one hammer swing again to try and not really kill the Reaper, just boop him away so that it gives me a little bit of space between me and him so that I can bring up my shield and block his attack. Okay, so here I ignore the Reaper because my Zara landed a Graph. I needed to go in and do as much DPS as I can. Okay, so you see me doing this again. I'll go in, land a left hammer swing just to do a little bit of damage, and I will instantly back off with my hammer if the situation doesn't seem to be a big advantage for me. Like if I were to push ahead there, I would have fed. And now I hear that the Genji is blading, so I focus my attention on the Genji. I managed to get one hammer swing and the Genji is very low. Yeah, I almost landed the next hammer swing here, but Zara already finished him off. Okay, so we have a man advantage and I'm looking to push ahead. Okay, so same thing against the Reinhardt as well. You will see me trying to land a one hammer swing, because when the hammer swing lands, it has a boop effect. It pushes him away, and if I'm jumping when I land the hammer swing, or when his hammer swing hits on me, it pushes me further away as well. So when he pushes me further away, I bring up my shield to try and block any incoming range damage. Of course, I won't be able to block the opponent's Reinhardt hammer damage, but at least I block any incoming range damage from his teammates. So I dance away, I land a fire strike, and I move forward again to try and land 1-2 hammer. So I saw a little bit of an advantage there. His back was facing me and he was like less than half HP. So I took a further risk by swinging another swing of my hammer. But I should be bringing my shield immediately after the hammer swing to try and guard myself from the incoming damage from either the Roadhog, because the Hog can hook me, and the Lucio as well. Okay, so I see advantage here. I swing for the Lucio, get the Lucio, and you see me immediately flash up my shield to try and block any incoming damage, and we get a big advantage. So my fire strike could have been better. It should have been. I was trying to line it up. I was trying to line up the Hawk to hit both the Roadhog and the Moira, but I only managed to hit the Hawk. So immediately I jump. So you will see me doing a lot of jump forward, hammer swing, jump forward, hammer swing. Okay, so now they switch to me to try and delay the point as well as to be a counter against my Reinhardt as well. So same theory, I will land a left hammer boop to try and push the Mei away from the point, and I'll bring up my shield to block any incoming damage. Here she uses ice block, and I was trying to time my charge against her ice block, but she unblocked a little bit earlier and bring out a shield to block herself, so I missed my charge. So now I see my next opponent is the Rein. So I try to land a left hammer swing. So this left hammer swing will boop him to my left. So I'll know that he gets booped to my left. And I'll bring up... Okay, so I didn't bring up my shield here. Let's see on the Lucio. Okay. So now it's... you see the Reaper is trying to get me by getting to really close range. And you see me trying to bring up my shield often, as well as trying to find an angle so that I can like tilt my shield maybe sideways so that I can block the Reaper shot. At the same time, I'll be using the same technique to try and land a left hammer swing so that I push the Reaper further away, then I bring up my shield to block his damage. Yep, so you see me trying to land a left hammer and I shield up, I land a left hammer and I shield up again. Okay, so immediately I was low, so I bring up my shield and you see me backing off to try and get some distance. Same thing against the Mei as well. I will land a left hammer swing and bring up my shield. So all this wouldn't make you frag out as a Rein, but it keeps the Rein alive. So all these so-called shield dancing techniques are meant to keep the Rein alive so that to buy time for your teammates to commit to farm further ultimates and commit further resources to swing the fight in our team's favor. Okay, so finally our Zara lands a great graph here, and I'm able to go full ham on hammer swings because we have a big advantage there. And the Reaper faded out. He faded out and he teleported back in, so again I'm against the Mei and Reaper again. So you see me land a left hammer swing and I dance away. But eventually I get brought down, I believe, by the other Reinhardt because his hammer can go through my shield. Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. Let's look for another example which... wait, what's this? The one, I mean... Okay, so this was a bad coordination play on my team's part, so you can skip through this. Skip through this as well. Okay, so same thing about with attacking a point. I don't want to go full in, only swinging my hammer and not using my shield. So I want to alternate between one swing, bringing up my shield, and one swing, bringing up my shield, trying to create some form of spacing between me and the Rein. So the advantage I'm trying in a Rein v Rein fight is that I want to swing the hammer, damage him, and yet I want to back off so that his hammer doesn't reach me. And I want to go ahead again, jump forward, swing my hammer, land a hit on him, and then instantly backing off, bringing up my shield so that to try and avoid his hammer swing. At the same time, I want to bring up my shield often so that in the event that right after my one swing, he wants to land his shatter, I have a chance to block his shatter as well. Okay, that's a little bit too fast. So... Okay, so bring it to normal speed. So I step forward and I instantly step back. So that avoided his Rein charge. Because if I had went full in and did two hammer swings, aiming at the Rein, I would have been charged and pinned by the opponent Rein. So because I went in one swing and I instantly jumped back, I managed to avoid his charge. So I wanted to do a counter charge, but I got frozen by the Blizzard. And here is again the Reaper and the Mei. The Reaper is trying to get me. Okay, and you see me just bring out my shield, trying to jump backwards, as well as I will be trying to look down so that I can get a better bird's eye view, so that I can angle my shield to block the Reaper shots. You see now you see the Reaper was maybe back up a little bit here. Okay, speed it up. Okay, let's slow it down here. Okay, so the Reaper is now coming for me. And So when you bring out a shield, you have a better bird's eye view. And if you angle your mouse downwards, you can actually get an even better bird's eye view from the top down of your Reinhardt and your shield positioning. So in this case, I was trying to angle it down. Then I can see that the Reaper moved to my left here. And you can see me trying to twist my shield. Yep. So I twist my shield to the left, and I'm now looking top down. So I angle my I'm holding my right click to bring out my shield. At the same time, I'm moving my mouse to angle my view towards the ground. So you can see my shield here. It's sinking into the ground. It means that I'm looking from a top-down view. So when I look at a top-down view, it's easier for me to see where the Reaper is trying to position himself, and I will switch my shield positioning to block the Reaper shot. So in this case, I managed to block both the Reaper shot and I think the Diva micro missiles as well. So, okay, my shield breaks here. So you see me trying to land a left hammer swing. I was actually just trying to push the Reaper away with the left hammer swing, but instead he was low enough and I managed to get a kill there. So now that we have an advantage, you will see me trying to do the same shield dance. Okay, let's see the resources of my shield here. Okay, so that managed to kill the baby Diva. So they have a beat. So I'm not fully committed to just purely swinging. I'm still trying to manage my shield here. Okay, but I see my opponent Reinhardt is really low, so I went 2 swings to try and kill him off. Okay. So against the Moira, nothing much. Okay. Yeah, this was nothing much to learn here. Yeah, nothing special here. So same thing here, I'm trying to just boot Moira away from the point so that we can cap. But I did not know that actually there was another person contesting the point X other than Moira. Okay. Yeah, I missed my charge here, but we still kept the point. Okay. So another example of shield management here. So you can look at our defense. So now we're now 4-2 up, and we're trying to defend point A. Spoilers, we did win the match, but we did not full hold point A. We managed to full hold on point B, so in the end, my team won 3-4. But in the second point, there wasn't that much to learn. But in the first point, I think I managed my shield pretty well. And let's see how we do. So same thing now, I see that we have a Pharah. Opponent goes Pharah. So I'm trying to pull further back to try and provide some shield to cover my range DPS, which is Bad Fox, which is playing Soldier 76. I do not know his exact positioning. Where was Bad Fox? Yeah. I just know that he was behind me. So I was trying to pull myself a little bit behind so that I can flash my shield whenever the Pharah rockets are coming down. Okay, so the Reaper again comes close. Okay, so I wanted to do the left hammer swing, jump forward, left hammer swing, and push back. But instead, I got outplayed by the opponent Rein. He went for straight away a charge instead. But lucky to my full health. I was lucky that I was on full health, and lucky that the soldier dropped the heal pack as I managed to survive that. And because he was really low from even before he charged, he was half health. So we managed to kill the enemy Rein here. So I see that both the Pharah and Reaper are aiming for me. So same thing, I'm trying to land a left hammer swing and then bringing out my shield. I missed on the Reaper there, but the idea that I was trying to do is the same. Yeah, so yeah, trying to just land my fire strikes. So I see the Diva positioning there, and I move forward here. So I move forward here, I know that I couldn't chase the Diva, so I try to move forward into the point to cut off any of his teammates, which I do not see here yet, from reaching the point. So I see the Reaper, so I use the same technique, I land a left hammer swing and instantly bring out my shield. So you can see me, I can see the Reaper going to the left of me. So instantly you see that I swiveled my shield to the left, try and block his shots. Then I see that he moved to the right of me, and I swiveled my shield to the right to block his shots again. I see that he moved to the left, and I swiveled again to block his shots. So you can see me constantly trying to position my shield relative to where the Reaper is positioning. Okay, let's look at that again. Yep, you can see me turning left and right as to try and track where the Reaper is going. So Reaper is going left, I swivel my shield left. Reaper going right, so I swivel my shield right. And at the same time, I'm backing off to try and create more distance. Of course, in that case, I didn't want to risk landing a left hammer, but you could do that as well. That means But I mentioned earlier, land and left, land one hammer swing to try and boop him away, and same time then bring up your shield. So that creates a little bit of distance. So I was doing that here, land left hammer. So you can see that my left hammer swing booped the Reaper further away. I was trying to block against the incoming Pharah shots. So I was really low, so I was holding out my shield. Okay, so I saw that the Reaper was low, I went for him. Okay, so opponent Rein here, same theory. I try and land one swing. You keep me trying to land one hammer swing and then flashing my shield to defense. I missed my fire strike there because I was looking downwards. So all the while I was actually angling my mouse to look downwards. So because of that, I actually missed my fire strike, my hammer strike. Fire strike went into the ground. So it's something that I have to practice. Okay, so then again the Reaper is here. Yeah, my fire strike was off cooldown. If not, I would have wanted to fire strike the Reaper. Okay, so this part is yeah, it's now clutch survival mode. So our Reinhardt got our Zarya got pinned and she died. And you can see that both their Rein, so there's a coalescence on me, there's an angry Reinhardt on me, and an angry Reaper on me. But meanwhile, I am getting heals from our Mercy who has ulted, and you can see me trying to tilt my shield to try and block both the Reaper shot, and at the same time trying to get away from the enemy Rein. Okay, so their Reaper actually used Death Blossom there, and it was the Reaper, if you notice, let me just forward it a little bit here. Okay, so let's position it slowly. So you see that when the Reaper used Death Blossom, it was actually moving forward, which is a standard technique for Reapers because you want to Death Blossom beyond the Reinhardt shield to try and get your damage on the Reinhardt to kill him. So you see me, I land one hammer swing here, and that pushed the Reaper a little bit further away, but the opponent Reinhardt's hammer landed on me, which helped to push me further away, which actually helped me to survive a little bit. So I bring out my shield, I see that the Reaper is blossoming, and I was trying to angle, you can see the Reaper is now on the left, so you can see me angling my shield to the left to try and block him away. Unfortunate that by doing this, I couldn't save my Moira, and I believe I couldn't save my Genji. But my Genji in this game was pretty good. He was actually doing deflect to actually kill off the Reaper using his own Death Blossom. So I was just angling to the left and backing off. So I actually managed to block his Death Blossom fully. Okay. Okay, if we look at it here from a third-person perspective. Okay, Death Blossom starts. Notice from here. Yep. So I see that he's coming into my shield. I tilt my shield a little bit left, and I managed to block the full damage of the Death Blossom on me. The D.Va was shooting me from behind, which is nothing I could do. And you can see my Genji actually was fully doing reflect damage, and I angled my shield even further left, which unfortunately did not cover my Moira, but I was just trying to save myself at that point. So the reflect damage from the Genji actually killed off the enemy Reaper there. Okay, and I managed to stay alive through that. So there's still a lot of fire on me, so I was doing the same thing here, trying to land a left hammer click, and then trying to back off with hold my shield, but my shield has been fully used up because I tried to block, because I needed to block that Death Blossom. So there was nothing else defending me at this point, and I believe I died. Yeah, I actually had a shield here, but I didn't flash up in time. I died to the Rein hammer swing, I think. Yeah, I died to the Rein hammer swing. So I couldn't position myself far away. But the key thing was that even though I eventually died, by doing all that shield management and shield dancing, as well as tilting of the shield, I managed to buy enough time for my team through the first fight and the second fight to farm a lot of ultimates. So you can see here, our Zarya actually was rest by our Mercy, because our Mercy used the ult to try and keep me alive. At the same time, while the enemy team was focusing all their attention to try and bring me down as the Reinhardt, my Mercy managed to get a rest because she had enough space to get a rest, and my team actually farmed a lot of ultimates. So there was a coalescence used earlier in the fight, and now my Genji has a blade, my soldier has the visor, and my revived Zarya used her graph. So even though I died, you can see that we managed to clean up the fight with our big ult advantage here. Okay. And I eventually managed to get back here to point, and we did lose it in a further fight. But overall, this video is just meant to illustrate a little bit of the technique of how you can actually use from third person view, that means by tilting your shield downwards, to get a better view of enemies, especially close range enemies such as Reaper and Mei, because Mei is trying to freeze you with a freezer, left click, and sometimes Junkrat as well, because Junkrat usually will try to sometimes they'll try to dive in when they see that you're low to try and land their left click bombs on you. So this is where you can actually just angle your shield in a certain direction, same time using one hammer swing to distance yourself away from your enemy and flashing up your shield again to block any incoming damage. So all these techniques will probably help the lower level Reinhardts at least. I don't know how applicable this is to the higher levels like Plat and above, because I myself am only a Go SR player. But this shield management might probably help some Reinhardts to just stay alive longer. And if you stay alive long enough, your team ultimately will manage to farm a big advantage, and the big ultimate advantage will overcome the enemy team. Okay, and thanks a lot for watching this video again. If you have any other further questions, or you want certain hero guides or certain strategies you want to ask about Overwatch, feel free to post it in the YouTube comments. So if I can, if I have the game knowledge, if I feel like I can create some content to help you out here, you can always post it there, and I'll try my best. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.